Decided to do a video on how long the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus can go, and how much range loss will you get when you do drive a long distance. I'll be driving an hour and a half to my daughter's house in Columbus. I have a full charge. If you look right here, you'll see it says 232 miles right there, and that would be, you'll see right here, that's going to be a full charge, 100%. And again, I have 10,000 miles, almost 10,000 miles on my Standard Range Plus. So you'll see it says right here, I'll be going an hour and 27 minutes. It's now I'll be arriving at 9:28. It's 86 miles is what I will be going. I have a 232 and I'll be going 86 miles. You can do the math, and we'll see how much I have left when I get there. So it's a nice day. There's no wind. So we'll see how it works. A little background about my car. I bought it about 5 months ago, and you'll see the mileage right there. 5 months ago I bought it, and that's the mileage, 9,400 change. Right now we're just kind of driving down the road, and I'm manually driving it, so it's not going to be on autopilot on the way there. I'm anxious to see how many miles I've left over, since I won't be on autopilot. And then on the way back home, I'll be on autopilot, and I will compare the two, understanding that the elevation will be the same, just because when you get there and you get back, you know, it's the same elevation. So elevation is not going to have an issue, and it looks like the wind is not going, so the wind will not be an issue. So they say that you can get better mileage when you manually drive it instead of the autopilot. So we'll see how that goes. In all Tesla vehicles, remember, just because it says 232 is the range of the vehicle, you're not going to get 232. And the reason why is because of wind, and because of the hills, and because of acceleration. So I want to see if manually driving it, you'll get more range or less range than if you were to automatic drive it or autopilot. And so we're going to manually drive it to my daughter's house, see how much range loss we get, because you know we're going to get range loss. And then we're going to see how much range loss we get when we autopilot on the way back home. Also, some information on how I'm driving this. I don't have the fan on, I don't have the heat on, I don't have anything on in here except for, of course, the directions, and that's it. So really, we're hoping to keep everything consistent on the way back home too. All right, I just arrived. I have now 135 miles left. I actually had 53% on the battery left. Display, let's see here. Yeah, 58%. So I really gained a lot. And again, I was going back and forth between the speed limits and going back and forth between what I was doing. But again, I had 58% left. And which is accounts to 135 miles. You'll see the math on top right there on how many miles it gave me, what percentage I was basically driving at, and that was without autopilot. So we'll go ahead and fill this thing back up to 100%, and we will go back on autopilot and see how it goes. All right, here's my daughter. Oh. And yes, I came all the way just to see her. Hi. See? Okay. All right, this is what we drove to. And there's my daughter. And this is Columbus, Ohio. Yes, they have places like this in Columbus, Ohio. So it's beautiful. All right, we got results on the way there. Now we're stopping in to supercharge this vehicle back up to 100%, see what we get. We're going back with autopilot. I do like the supercharger station here in Dublin, Ohio. They do a nice job. Love superchargers are by Myers, Walmarts, etc. Looks like it's just starting to charge. It says 45 minutes, probably about 30. So we'll see. The charger to charge up. You'll see it's right up here in the corner. How much time is left and how much charge is already on it. I am playing a nice little game of chess. Well, it looked like our charging was approximately 30-35 minutes. It wasn't that bad. We have the exact same number of miles as we had before when we left to Columbus, so it should be identical to going back. We're going to take the exact same way, exact same miles. We'll see if there's any range loss being on autopilot. So here we go. All right, after pulling in, you'll see the numbers, what's left over. I got 133. I can't remember what it was in Columbus, but I'll have another slide right after this video right here to show you. And again, wanted to see the difference between manual, just going right to Columbus, and then an hour and a half drive, and then coming back on autopilot and seeing what the difference is with miles and the ratings. If you're considering buying a Tesla, go ahead and use my referral number and you get 1,000 miles free charging. So hopefully everything worked out great, and the next slide will tell you exactly what the numbers were. Looking at this slide without and with autopilot, there's only a 1% difference in range loss, and I thought there'd be much more on autopilot just because acceleration and deceleration goes back and forth, and the abruptness of it, and so it kind of surprised me. So I don't know, you can do it yourself and see what you get, and let me know.